Women of the Week. Well, we kick off this last week of November on Loose Women by wishing a very happy birthday to one woman who'd have a few stories to share with us, ladies. Yes, Tina Turner turned 68 today. 68 today. Wow. So with that in mind, let me introduce our panel of belters. First up, River Deep, Mountain High, and that's just her vocal range. It's Jane McDonald. She's simply the breast. It's Colleen Nolan. What's love got to do with it? Very little if she ever pulls again. It's Carol McGiffin. And making sure these private dancers stay in line today, it's me, Andrea McLean. Coming up, as one woman who became pregnant on a one-night stand wins the right to keep the existence of her baby a secret from its father, we're asking, is it fair on the child or the father? Now, don't just shout at your telly. We want you to share what you think of anything we're discussing on today's show. So send us your emails to loose.women@itv.com. Plus, joining us today, he's a radio megastar who's been saying what he thinks for over 30 years. So we're bracing ourselves for the very forthright James Whale. And we're welcoming Panto royalty. Just don't tell Miss Cathcart. Yes, joining in for a chat is the outrageous Sue Pollard. Now, first up, what did you all do for the weekend? Anything exciting?
Oh, we did.
Jane?
Me and Jane, we went to Denise Welch and Tim Healy's charity ball.
The big ball.
Yes, at the
And?
weekend. It was fantastic, actually. It was a really good night.
They raised loads of money, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
For
a
the Gem
good
Appeal
cause,
and the
yeah.
MND.
Yeah.
And was there a sort of theme of the night?
Yes, it was called Dancing in the Street, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
big
it was all,
Motown
a big
night.
Motown night. It was fantastic.
What did you wear?
Oh, it wasn't fancy dress, love.
Nobody told me that.
Nobody told Jane.
I went dressed up in alt 60s, girl, only person there.
See, if I was... I
didn't like to tell you.
would have done.
Because that made my
that's
night, you
charming.
turning up in them flares. It was...
I had flares on and I had a bouffant out here. I really did. And everybody went, what's she coming?
Oh, it was a really good night, apart from when they started the auction. When it's mates, you see, so I'm sitting next to Liz, she said, you're doing the next lot in the auction. I went, I have never, ever done an auction in my life.
that's
I was
scary.
absolutely dying.
She didn't warn you.
She didn't warn me, so I got up there, didn't have a clue what I was saying, so I started off reading from this thing. And then someone went like that, and I went, yeah, hello. And then they were going, no, they're not waving at you, they're bidding. So I went, oh, right, great. And then I thought, how much? What are they bidding? So then someone else put their hand on, and I didn't know how. Oh, it was awful. And then I got about £7.5 grand. I said, I slept with you for less, love.
So she did.
So I did. And got an extra 50 pounds.
How's Raymondo? Drunk?
Raymondo, I went to bed at 2:30, and my husband came to bed at 7:30.
Ooh.
7:30.
That's very rock and roll.
Very touchy subject. Let's not go there.
First marital row, I'm thinking, was it?
Yes, but it'll be the first marital makeup as well. Can't wait to get home.
Well, Jane, you know, you're saying you got all dressed up, but at least you could take your clothes off. I got all dressed up last night. I gave an award out of the Children's BAFTAs, and I had extensions glued into my hair.
Yeah.
I can't get them out. Really? That's why I've got long hair.
There was
today.
something different about
Yeah.
you.
I thought now that is a long weekend when your hair grows a foot.
Are they actually glued in? Not stapled,
No,
or
they're glued.
No, they're
Stapled.
Into your
See you
skull.
later. Yeah.
No, they're glued, and apparently I thought I could just sort of peel them off, but it hurt too
Scalp
much.
comes with it, yeah.
I know, that's it, so yeah.
I'll do it for you.
Okay.
They look nice anyway.
Thank you, thank you. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about now is how long it takes us ladies to get ready for the weekend. Now, apparently, it takes 1 hour and 12 minutes. That's the average time it takes for the British woman to get ready for a night out. In fact, women spend, get this, nearly 3 years of their life getting ready to leave the house. It's got to be a heck of a good night.
Yeah.
I can imagine you spending a long time getting
Yes, I
ready, Jane.
do, because I'm a bit of a romanticist, a bit of fantasist, girls. Because you just never know what's going to happen, do you? So I always like to look my best. So I do all the moisturising, nice underwear. you know, get all the things out for me to put my face on.
So how long?
Well, the face, what, your eyes, your nose,
my eyes,
your
my
mouth.
nose, my wig.
The other face.
Yeah, the other face. Yeah, about, well, I'd say about an hour and 20, actually.
And that was just to press her flares.
Do you like get dressed up every night like you're doing a show, sort of thing?
Yeah, if I'm
do you
going
go
out.
as, like, you know, Jane McDonald, the performer?
Well, chance would be a fine thing, wouldn't it? But yeah, I suppose I do. Yeah, I like to, you know, it's an event, because, you know...
Oh, let me tell you, it's an event, right? So, the Clampett family turn up late, get halfway down the motorway for this ball on Saturday. I said to Ray, I've forgotten all my makeup. I said, it's all right, I'll borrow some of Jane's, because we're staying at the same place. I walk into her department store room, and I can't tell you, I had to browse for an hour just to look at her. It was like being in there was the makeup stall, there was the jewellery stall. Oh, it was
Set
fabulous.
up like a big star's dressing room. Oh,
It was
Jane!
fantastic.
Do you know what a
I've
tracksuit is?
Oh, and then I'm sitting there, she on the phone. Yes, could you send up some champagne, darling?
Yeah.
I love being in Jane's world.
Oh, but Pete, my PA, was there like the butler, wasn't he?
Oh,
Was
she got a
pouring-
PA with her. That's
well,
another
you know, it's an occasion, isn't it? You know, we don't get out much.
I'm normally doing it in
Fabulous.
my bathroom mirror, which is that big, with Amy hanging onto one leg, Finlay hitting me over the head with a transformer, saying, yeah, it looks lovely. Yeah, is it a pirate you've drawn? You know, that sort of thing. So it kind of depends where I'm going. I remember when I came up for your wedding, it was so exciting. One, we're in a way without the children, and I really love you children, but it's quite nice to get away. And I did that. I laid all my makeup out, actually on the windowsill, because the light wasn't brilliant. I actually took the mirror off the wall. And, you know, I broke it. I couldn't get it back on.
That's why you can't get your hair out.
Do you think?
Broke the mirror.
And so I propped it up against the window for good light. And actually it was I wasn't quite like Jane's world. It was only a windowsill amount of makeup. But it was quite nice. And I would say it took me about an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah. That's just too long. You know, when you're a teenager, you know, it's like an event, isn't it? Going out, a part of going out
When
is
you're a
getting
parent,
ready.
it's an event. When you're
No,
away somewhere.
but, you know, it should get easier as you get older. You know, you should just be able to nip into the bathroom, 10 minutes, you know, brush your hair, out the door.
There's no
Doesn't
crevices.
everyone do-
There's no crevices the older you get. They need filling in a bit more, don't they?
I just can't. You know, maybe I should make more effort, but...
Maybe you should.
Well, yeah. I probably should, but, you know, sometimes I just think, what's the point in going out? And, you know, I get wrecked anyway. You know, my mum will go out looking wrecked, so there's no point, really.
And also, I'm really jealous of Steve, because
I
you
don't
know,
wear makeup either.
Going back to, you know, I'm all kind of twittering around with the makeup and stuff. He just sat on the bed in his pants and his socks watching Soccer AM and then went, yeah, I'm supposed to get ready then. Pulled his trousers on, shirt, and went, come on. It took him about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's all it should take. It should be really easy.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm a bit like you. I don't take it. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, a really relaxing time to get ready is about 40 minutes.
yeah, me, half an hour,
Shower,
exactly.
makeup, hair.
But
out.
also, when you do this, you know, you have to get dressed every day and you have to put proper clothes on, put makeup on, and actually, no, you know what I mean? When you don't have to, I absolutely revel in it. You know, Jane obviously doesn't, but...
God forbid, love, tracksuit, no.
You need to relax a bit more.
I don't do relaxing, sweetie, no.
Don't do relaxing.
I relax, but I've usually got stilettos on while I'm doing
For a trim.
Oh, I say. OK, time for a quick break. But in just a few minutes, we've got the man who could give Carol a run for her money on the ranting front. Get ready for sparks to fly, as James Whale will be here. Back soon.